beginning.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Frankenstein's podcast, where it's all about the monster. We are a creature feature podcast about monsters and why we love them. I'm one of your hosts, Joe Praska, and with me is
your other host, Khalid Hussein.
What's going on, Khalid?
Not much, buddy. I'm having a grand old day. Just really not doing much. It's nice.
It's kind of nice. Sometimes those are the best kinds of days.
Yeah. I mean, the older I get, the more I relish a not doing shit day.
Yeah, I love a good not doing shit day. Those are some of my faves.
I would trade like a few did great shit days for a few not doing shit days. Like that's how great not doing shit days are.
I don't even remember what a not doing shit day feels like, but I just envy the idea of it.
Oh, yeah. You're like, what, like 16 years away from your next not doing shit day?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll be waiting for you not doing shit.
That's true, yeah. We'll just, one day, Khalid, we'll not do shit together.
Oh my God, it'll be like we're in high school again.
It will be great.
Yes. How are you doing, though?
Yeah, I'm generally pretty good. Yeah, it's been good. It's in Minnesota, we're starting to creep into the summer, so it's been nice and warm. It's like a sudden, I don't know, you're from Minnesota, but it's like that sudden, like, oh, it's like cold and rainy and suddenly like 80 degrees, like
yeah, that like just all over 180 weather. Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah, we're in that moment right now. So
yeah. Seasons suck there.
Yeah, seasons are cool. I don't know.
No, I'm being hard on it. Like, there are a few days when the weather is like just pitch perfect there, and it's like I would move back in a heartbeat if the weather was more like consistently this.
Yeah, nice compliment. So out of the 365 days, there are just a few that are good.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Gotta get those numbers up. Gotta get that average up.
True. Khalid.
Joe?
Got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Why was the pharaoh sad?
Why? Oh, because he wanted his mummy?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I think I've heard that one before.
You know what's tough about mummy jokes, Khalid?
It's easy to get wrapped up?
No, they just get a bad rap.
That way to say rap. Okay.
Yeah, that was good. And that's a segue, Khalid. What are we talking about?
Thanks for asking, Joe. Today we are talking about the 1999 action-adventure film The Mummy. And it was directed by Stephen Sommers. And I've got a synopsis from our homeboy Google that goes a little something like this. The Mummy is a rousing, suspenseful, and horrifying epic about an expedition of treasure-seeking explorers in the Sahara Desert in 1925. Stumbling upon an ancient tomb, the hunters unwittingly set loose a 3,000-year-old legacy of terror, which is embodied in the vengeful reincarnation of an Egyptian priest who had been sentenced to an eternity as one of the living dead.
What a monster!
They're creatures of the abstract that live off potential energy.
It's alive!
Boom. And that's it.
Booyah.
I love it. It's really apt that we're doing this like the weekend after Mother's Day.
No, it's not.
Thanks for coming on that journey with me, Khalid. Really
I
down.
didn't take any improv classes, Joe. I don't suffer foolishness.
Yes, and
no, but
wow. Yeah.
No, but yeah. What did you think of this movie, dude?
Thanks for asking, Khalid. I enjoyed it. I have some fond memories of this movie from when I was a kid. I remember I think I saw it when it came out. I think I had it on VHS. I thought it was super fun, had a blast with it. There are some like problems that I totally have with it now, and I'm gonna get into it. Actually, why don't I just get into it? So like, I'm saying this all out of love because I do love a lot of the effort that went into this and everything about it. But like, there's definitely this trope that we see in like this and kind of like the Indiana Jones, like this sort of like white Eurocentric like character, like hero characters, like solving the mysteries of like the quote unquote exotic and or quote unquote ancient cultures, but not really like also giving those like modern evolutions of those cultures their due. So like it's kind of this like problematic element of like exoticism in a sense, right? I think we could still go back and enjoy like films like The Mummy and Indiana Jones and recognize those, and they're still a lot of fun to watch. But I do feel like this is the kind of movie that's really best left in the past, which is kind of the reason like something like Jungle Cruise like was kind of a big miss for me. Remember Jungle Cruise?
The one with the rock?
Yeah, like I felt like that was trying to be this movie, but like in a present day sense. And I was like, it's just that's just like a kind of a movie that just doesn't really work anymore, you know? Anyway, like I feel like in the movie of my criticisms, like the actual Egyptian workers are just like constantly expendable, disposable. Like the diggers or the workers, they just get like destroyed. And maybe you could argue that's like a commentary in and of itself, but I don't know if the movie's thinking that far of it. Or like they're the jokey stereotypes, like the prison warden, you know, like there's no actual like Egyptians playing any main roles either. Like, I don't know, there's elements of that that I don't love. But however, that being said, this is just like it's just super fun adventure. Brendan Fraser, super charismatic. Rachel Weisz, great. Oded Fair, awesome. Love him. Been really excited about him in Star Trek Discovery lately as Admiral Vance. Super enjoyable cast, super fun effects, which we'll get into. Very silly, very ridiculous, but like the humor is kind of fun and works in a cheesy way. Definitely a good like time capsule of that era. Like I feel like when we talked about Van Helsing, like it was trying to like mirror what this was trying to be. It's even the same director, like trying to be this, but like it just this is kind of like lightning in a bottle. I don't know how to describe it otherwise. But what about you? What do you think?
I really, well, first of all, thank you for your rundown. That
You're
was
welcome.
great. Yeah, I think it was about 20 minutes into this movie when it occurred to me that I don't think I've ever actually seen it all the way through.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, it was just one of those movies that like, and it's funny because it's like, yeah, we were the perfect age for it.
Yeah, this is like
Like,
so like formative for me. Like that's wild that you've never seen it.
I don't know, like, I distinctly remember as a kid, like, not thinking much of it
Yeah.
like, everybody was going crazy about it. The thing is, I'm a lifelong Brendan Fraser fan.
Oh yeah,
I
he
have
rules.
but, like, I'm, like, Encino Man Brendan Fraser, you
Mm.
know? Like, this was, like, weirdly, like, a little too late, like, it felt like everybody who liked this was, like, kinda, like, bandwagoning him for me. I was like
You're a Brendan Fraser hipster.
yeah, you know, I'm like Airheads and Encino Man, Brendan Fraser, even George of the Jungle, you know? Once you start
Yeah,
getting into this, it's just like, God, like, it's like being a fan of somebody on easy mode, you know? It's
yeah.
like, oh, your favorite band's the Beatles? Like, so,
There's some
but
people.
yeah, I don't know. I think like I honestly like I'm thinking that that was like that had part of it to do with it, and the other part of it was probably I just like didn't like feel compelled to watch it, so I didn't. Um, but yeah, this is at the very least this is the first time in decades that I have. Is it decades now at this point? It is, yeah. Two at least 2 decades.
25 years. This is the 25th year anniversary.
Insanity.
Mhm.
Also, we are 1 year away from it being 100 years away from when it supposedly takes place.
That's true.
Also crazy. Anyways, yeah, I say that to say like I really did enjoy it.
Mhm.
Even now, like all these years later, like a lot of stuff was like fresh to me, but worked. We'll get into the CGI of it all, but like you know, it's very much like stretching its credibility at times with the how ambitious it gets with the CGI. But for the most part, like no complaints. Like it rules. And I love the kind of campy energy of it. I was actually gonna say that like I get more of like a you mentioned Jungle Cruise, and I feel like it like I got more of a Pirates of the Caribbean vibe.
Oh, that's a great point. The pirate, yeah. Jungle Cruise was trying to like capitalize on pirates too, also. So that's the
Right.
comparisons are apt.
Exactly. And so, you know, like, I mean, it just speaks to like this like long story tradition of like kind of swashbuckling adventure movies.
Mhm.
with like fantastical elements to it.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, I mean, it's I mentioned Indiana Jones, and like it's definitely not even, it goes further back than that. It's like based on like old adventure serials, or like even like old adventure novels and like pulp novels and dime store novels. Like it's a it's a tried and true kind of like story element or story style.
Yeah, and I mean it's it's usually like colonialism made fun, like you kind of touched on it, where it's
Yeah.
like it's just like, oh yeah, this guy that just really loves other cultures and also happens to be just looking for things that like sit on like a bunch of like treasure from an indigenous culture somewhere. Um, but like problematic problematic like side effects aside, I do think this movie just handles it like really well compared to a lot of other movies.
I would agree.
And I mean, yeah, like I think that I like that the plot isn't really like that predictable either. Like it's like something like I was clocking it. It was like 45 to like an hour before the mummy is even a character.
Yes, yes, and I don't mean to interrupt you, Khalid, but that was one thing I also clocked that I really enjoyed. Like before, like the action of the movie really even gets going, we spend so much time with these characters. Like it's like kind of like what I love about watching Independence Day. Like you just don't see a movie that takes like that long to like set up in like a blockbuster way that way anymore. It's really fun.
And I mean, with Independence Day, like it almost makes sense because it's an ensemble cast, and
Hmm.
like the whole idea is like each one of them kind of does like one thing that wins the war eventually. But like with this, it's like they do that with like four characters and just
Yeah,
really like luxuriate in them and like give you like enough of like a backstory to it all. Like how I do think it's funny that Oded Fair like is just like when in the very opening scene with him and Brendan Fraser's team like armies like fighting, and then like
hmm.
Brendan Fraser's like the only one that survives, and he like runs through the desert, and he's like, the desert will take him, and then it's like cut
Yeah,
to 3 years later, and you're just
desert
like,
can
guess
take
he
them.
didn't. I don't. And it's just like, yeah, he kind of seemed like it was. There's a couple of times in this movie where that happens, where like our heroes are like just like walking seemingly into an endless desert, and you just kind of have to shrug and go, yeah, no, they figured it out.
Like the ending.
The ending. That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking about. Was the ending? I just was like, do they even know where they are? Like, didn't they just like run out of like an exploding tomb?
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah. Just to wrap up my initial thoughts that are very much all over the place, which is par for the course.
Yeah.
Um, I liked it a lot, and I think that it was fun and ambitious in a way that makes me wish I did like see it more as a kid. It probably would have been like in the rotation, but hey, 34 years now and 34 years of age now, and it still holds up. So maybe I wasn't missing as much as I thought.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I'm with you. Like I said all that stuff in the beginning, like to just kind of get that out there. I think it's important, but like I totally dig this movie too. Ha, dig, get it?
Kind of like because of the archaeology.
Yeah, because of the
Yeah,
archaeology.
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Um,
Nice, Khalid. I did want to, before we get into some more like discussion about the movie itself, I wanted to kind of point out. So this is Universal Pictures like update to the classic 1932 Boris Karloff The Mummy. Right, this is an update to one of the classic Universal monsters. It is one of four at this point iterations to use the title just The Mummy, which was the 1932 version. There was a 1959 Hammer horror iteration with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee as the leads. Then there's this one in '99, and of course the Tom Cruise Sofia Boutella iteration more recently.
you mean the
Um,
start of the dark universe?
yeah, the dark universe. It
It's
begins.
it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming still.
Get
Um,
dark.
is that was that the actual thing? Hashtag get dark.
Hashtag get. That'd be so funny. It's just like all these like 1990s white like super celebrities, and then just
Yeah.
hashtag get dark.
I would love that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just Johnny Depp's pockmarked face.
Jeez. Get dark. Okay, so have you seen the original 32 version?
Maybe in college.
So I hadn't for a while, but I was kind of reminded, like doing research into this, how like the plot from this is quite like it is a remake. Like it's not just like using the name Mummy and doing a completely different thing. Like in the original one, like Boris Karloff is Imhotep. Like they use that name. Ancient Egyptian mummy was killed trying to attempt to resurrect his dead lover, and I think it's pronounced differently, but it's basically spells Anaxenamun, essentially the original version, the female.
They say that
And
name a lot for a character that has like all of 3 lines.
agreed, yeah. I think she's more of a character in the second one too. But so the original one has like a lot of similarities, so it's kind of fun to see that. It would almost been kind of fun to do a double feature with it. But just a little background of kind of like the Mummy and its place in the Universal Studios. It's kind of one of the lesser popular original Universal monster films at the time, but I think it's definitely still had a pretty big impact.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know that I've seen it, but I'm grateful it existed because it let Brendan Fraser fill its shoes so many years later.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
There's also an interesting, like, just to look at this, like the path to get this one developed. Like, they were trying for like years to try to like make this like update to the classic film. Like, there was a like George A. Romero, like I think had a script that he'd written for The Mummy. Who Clive Barker was even like tapped to direct, and apparently he had like a whole thing set up. And it was I got this quote I found. It's quote unquote dark, sexual, and filled with mysticism, akin to a Clive Barker story, and the studio passed on that, wanting to be more mainstream.
weak.
Yeah, right. I would have loved to see a Clive Barker Mummy, but yeah, I guess they also had Joe Dante for a while attached to do it. Like there was just a ton of different people who were like in the works to like make this movie. I think even Wes Craven was offered, but maybe turned it down.
Can you not just make a Mummy movie? Isn't that just like an open source thing? Is
I
that
don't
like
know.
specifically owned by Universal?
Uh, I think like this version, like this Imhotep story. I don't know. Like it's a great
Yeah,
question.
there's
It's
like
kind of like we
so
talked about
many other
Dracula,
mummies.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's just like that was the studio's attempts to try to make these movies or make
Hmm.
this remake. So like Universal working with all the directors to try to make this. But yeah, then they eventually like came to Stephen Sommers, who kind of made this iteration, which was this kind of like action adventure sort of thing, like we've been talking about. Like it's like kind of Indiana Jones, and I feel like I think it's the
It's like
comparison has been
more.
drawn before. It's like
It's Indiana Jones meets like
the Terminator.
yeah,
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 that's it.
like an actually like badass dude that likes guns. Like this dude could give a shit about archaeology compared to Indy.
Right. Yeah. It's very fun. It's
I
very fun.
love when he whips out that like leather sack of like guns. It's just
Yeah.
like
It just he like shoots so many things.
because like he was just free from prison, so like presumably he just went and like bought a leather sack of guns.
Yeah. That's
Wait.
true. Or he stole it. He stole the like tools from that other guy.
Man,
Yeah.
just going to Africa and stealing, not cool.
Right. Not cool.
Um,
So Imhotep, the villain character, like I I wonder like his so he was punished. Like he was like basically like
greatest punishment ever.
it was a really intense punishment. But like why does it, like they point out I think a couple times that like, oh, if he's resurrected, he's gonna be like the most superpowered thing ever. Like why does his like punishment involve superpowers?
Why give him a super awesome tomb? Like,
Oh, his tomb was dope, yeah.
yeah, just kill it. Like, I don't know if I like misunderstood it or not. Is it that like he was like Rasputin level magic, where like if they did kill him, then he had this like little loophole, or was it that his punishment was that he gets to be a super powered like undead being?
I don't know, unclear. I feel like it's the latter in the script, but I like your version better.
Because that doesn't make any sense. Because it's like, why did the Magi do that?
Right. Yeah, no,
Like,
I agree. That was my question. Like it's written. Why does he get superpowers? I don't know.
it's if you like, okay, so like the best way I could think about it when I was watching it was like this would be like if we gave um John Wilkes Booth like the super soldier serum after
Right.
after
Like
he wiped out Lincoln. Like
he's like yeah, he's like put to death, but also with the super soldier
yeah.
serum. Yeah.
I can't believe you killed our leader. We're gonna put you in this box, and if you ever get out, you'll be stronger than you could ever dream.
I guess.
I hope you really think about what you did.
I mean, I guess. Like I will say, like, if you really break down like plot elements of this, there are some plots pieces that just really don't make a whole lot of sense. But like you kind of swept up in the fun of it all, and that like kind of makes it fine, you know?
Yeah, I will say one of the things that didn't like maybe it would have like gone over like gangbusters for me when I was like younger, but like
Mhm.
Rachel Weisz's whole thing was like kind of cringe in this.
Her like what her librarian thing or what?
Yeah, she's like this like fussy like librarian. I don't know, like it really just felt like she was like a little kid like next to all of them. Like even the shitty brother like gets to just kind of be like more like capable throughout.
Hmm.
Like, and I did like that. I liked when the shit goes down, he's not just like comedic relief like the whole time, like slipping on banana peels as he runs away from like a sarcophagus.
Yeah.
He like busts out like a couple of pistols, like he takes them right off Rick, and it's dope.
Hmm.
But like I feel like Rachel Weisz just kind of gets like the short end of the stick because like she's basically just like a fussy like type A nerdy chick who just like is the preeminent expert on all things that they're dealing with, but nobody wants to hear from her. Right up until she's just a hostage and like a potential vessel for Anak Sunaman.
Anuk Sunamoon.
Sunamoon,
I
sorry.
don't know. That's how he says it in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think like I like her like in general. I think she does a good job with what she got, but like they legitimately say like, oh, she's a damsel, rescue the damsel in distress. So like it's unfortunate. Like she could have gotten more and done better, and I think she does in two. Like she's more of an action star in two.
I just remembered why it bothered me.
Oh,
It
tell me.
bothered me because the only thing, like, it's not even that she's important to the story because she knows all this mummy shit. The thing that
Hmm.
makes her important is that for reasons unbeknownst to anyone,
Hmm.
Imhotep wants her, and it's like I can't think of any reason except that she's like the only girl there.
It's kind of true.
Like there's not any other reason given for like why she's important to him to like carry her across all of this.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of true. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. That being said, like yeah, it's a bummer, but I mean, like I said, I like her in general, and like what she did with it. But there's some like uh, silliness that I feel like if this movie was written maybe a little bit better, she would have been a better character.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is like I just feel like somebody like Rick where it's like you're seeing like Brendan Fraser's character is like so fun cuz like they found a way to like breathe fresh air into like something that like we just seen Harrison Ford like crush in the timeline of like adventure like movies like this.
Hmm.
And so to like come in and like find your own like way to it that like feels organic to you, like I love when the mummy yells at him and he yells back. It's
Yeah.
such a fun part, and it's like it feels like indie, but not
Mhm.
in the best way. And I just like I know that the movie is capable of doing something like that for Rachel Weisz, but like all they do is just like have her do like the like lemon face, just like I can't believe you did that, Brendan. Like it's very like dowdy mother, and it's just this is like a band of like colonizers and like grave robbers. Like they don't need a mom. Like you can just do your thing, Rachel.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely a very kind of reeks of written by men.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of thing. So that's definitely true. I think like that's your point is like really summed up by like that campfire sequence where he's kind of like, I don't get you, like what's your deal, and she like doesn't really have an answer for it. Like there's kind of something there that I think they were like touching on that could have been interesting. Like she's not quite sure of who she is or who she really wants to be. But they didn't really give her a chance to explore that before really being kidnapped and just kind of being thrust into that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's I really do think that like that's the one area that like I wish was like stronger in this, which maybe the sequels get it better. Um
Yeah,
okay.
I think she's more of an action star in two, is from what I was I remember.
Um I will say though, like the thing that they really surprised me and won me over with was Benny Gabor,
Benny, yeah.
the most confusing character ever.
Yeah.
So nuts.
I love when he like when he first meets the mummy and he pulls out all the
Yeah.
different religious iconography and it's like praying in like multiple different languages. Like, oh, that one didn't work. Oh, let's try this one. Oh, no, let's just do this one.
Yeah, and then he pulls out the Star of David, and he's just like, the mark of the slave or something, and
Yeah,
I'm just
Jesus.
like, yikes!
Oh my.
Oh my god! Like, imagine if it was like a Confederate like ghost saying that.
God.
Nuts,
Yeah,
wild.
it's nuts.
My jaw like remained dropped for a lot of minutes after that. But no, I liked him as a character. I liked his dynamic with Brendan Fraser more than Rachel Weisz. Like I
Mm,
was like, there's kind of some chemistry here. Like they hate each other, but they kind of like each other.
kind of
Uh,
frenemy that type thing. Yeah.
very frenemy and like
Yeah, and like I feel like you see that too at like the very end. Like even after he's betrayed him so many times, like Brendan Fraser still tries to like kind of save her. Like, come on, come on, come on. Right? Like when he was like
yeah.
almost like gets crushed there. Like even though he can't, but he tries.
I mean, I do also think it's just like this guy is just like a not like awesome Brendan Fraser in the movie. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like the whole thing is like they're both like morally more or less on the same side the whole time. You know, like they're in the same army at the beginning. It's just that like this dude doesn't have like plot armor or like the like physique of a 1999 Brendan Fraser to get him out of situations. So
Right.
he's just like he has the same like shitty base moral tenacity or whatever, like moral strength, but he doesn't have anything else, so he's just kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I think that Brendan Fraser's character understands that and like both likes him and hates him for it.
That's a really interesting way to put it. I like that.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, it's cool because like I mean I don't know, I just feel like if Brendan Fraser was by himself with the mummy, he would try some version of that too if like he couldn't just like hit him.
Yeah, if he didn't have like a grander plot to talk about.
Yeah, and it's like I don't fault him. Like, yeah, the mummy made you do all that.
Hmm.
Like, you weren't like eager to, or at the very least, like at first you weren't. Although it
Yeah.
was really funny when he's like tr- translating for the mummy in that first scene, and then Rachel Weisz's character just like corrects him off the jump, and it's just like so funny.
Yeah, that
That
was good.
that was a really good touch, actually. I really like that.
That was really fun. Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
remember this same actor, the guy who plays Benny, like ended up going on to play roughly the same role as Igor in Van Helsing?
That is him. Oh, he did look familiar. Oof. Yeah, that didn't work as well there.
No, it didn't. Yeah,
No.
no, no, but
Went back to the well one too many times.
yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
yes, great point. Benny was great.
Oh, I will also say, just to we kind of rushed past Imhotep. I
Yeah,
really liked the way he played it. He reminded me of like the actor Arnold Vosloo. He
yeah.
reminded me of like when like Willem Dafoe plays the Green Goblin, where
Mm,
it's like almost like a like high camp like theatrical like performance to it, and then like every once in a while he like throws like a stage punch, you know.
yeah,
But like
yeah,
for the most part, it's all just like over the top performance and like it feels like an outright like Shakespearean at times, you know? And like one of my favorite parts is like when he's just like facially mimicking what the sandstorm that looks like his face is doing.
mm,
And it feels so like stage actory to me and theatery and like so fun and like a really cool way to like come across as a villain in something where like the actual main hero just looks like he could beat your ass like six ways from Sunday. So like you really got to like sell like what makes you intimidating.
yeah. I think that's absolutely true. It's a really fun like role and run fun performance, like you said. Just like the melodrama is so thick, like he's playing it in like very like Shakespearean, and it's super fun.
Yeah, you almost forget it's a white guy.
Yeah, he is.
You
Yeah.
almost forget it's the whitest guy.
Totally. Isn't he like South African or something? Like super white. Yeah.
He's definitely not Egyptian.
He is. Nope.
He's
Nope.
not
He is not.
even kind of Egyptian. On that note, neither is Anak Sunamun. Uh, that
Nope,
Patricia Velasquez. I'm gonna take just a big swing and guess that she's not Egyptian.
she is not.
Yeah,
No, none of like I told you, like none of the leads who play Egyptians are actually Egyptian.
not even the guy who wore a fez cap.
No, I think he's. I mean, is that
That
a real question?
Casablanca ass hat.
Yeah.
I hate that hat so much. I know it's like at least somewhat rooted in like fact or whatever, but like it just feels like a corny, like easy identifier, like this person's Turkish or something.
Wait, which guy with the fez cap? The
Dr. Terrence Bay, Oded Fair's like
oh
cousin or whatever.
oh yeah, no, he's an Indian American actor. I mean, he's
Yeah.
been in a bunch of stuff. He's a that guy actor. He's good.
But it's like, like they do it in like the indie movies and some other
Yeah,
stuff where it's just like make them wear a fez cap. And it's just like,
it's like, oh, they're basically that race, right, or that ethnicity.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, I feel like that's like specific to like one culture. And like even they probably just wear it at weddings. Like,
God, yeah, they
it's
just,
not
yeah,
just like, it's not like a dude in a tweed jacket and a fez cap, like walking around like downtown Egypt right now.
yeah, they totally just treat it as like catch-all, like, oh, that's Egyptian suddenly. Like, I think even the prison warden wore that cap too
Yeah, that
at
makes
some
sense.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he might.
The prison
Oh,
warden was easily the most offensive.
and he's not even Egyptian. He's an Iranian British.
Well, that's
At least,
closer.
at least
I
he has
think.
like Arabic heritage. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean Middle East heritage, I guess.
Yeah. So, but yeah, none of the main ones were. I mean,
Yeah.
there Egyptian actors exist, so
Yeah,
could
even at that time, believe it or not.
right? They could have had some.
What did you think of the band of interchangeable white boys that they were like tasked with protecting?
I mean, fine. They were interchangeable, like you said. They were just kind of like a fodder for Imhotep to get his like organs back the whole time, right? Like I kind of like that because like they were just like like these like goofy Americans just get to be like I said, fodder basically the whole time.
I mean, yeah, it's like it turns into like kind of like a slasher almost,
Yeah,
where he's
totally.
like picking them off like one by one, and like I guess that like the gang is trying to save them, but it doesn't even feel like it like that's their priority.
No, they're not
Like
working that hard.
I don't think anybody is even clear on why Imhotep is going after those guys for a
No,
while. Because
I feel
like I was like, oh yeah, like what if they just drop the jar? Like would they be fine?
like the one guy like literally hands it back to him, but he still kills him.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
he takes that one dude's eyes and tongue.
God, that guy kind of had it worse. He had to like hang out for like a couple days without his eyes and tongue before he got sucked dry.
Mm,
Everyone else got
yeah.
sucked dry really quick.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna get sucked dry, it's gotta be real quick.
Yeah, real quick, Khalid.
Oh, that was gross.
Yeah, you made it
Uh,
weird.
you said it twice. I had to say something.
A little bit of sausage bits there for you.
Oh, it's not. That's not what that is.
Did I make it worse? I made it worse.
You did. You did. Um, okay, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
the
one of those guys, one of the American guys, I don't remember which one. Nicole kept pointing him out to me. He's like, that one apparently was supposed to have the role of Rick before Brendan Fraser got it.
oh, is it the one that looks exactly like Rick?
Yeah, probably.
That's funny because like I was just like, yeah, like it was this just like the understudy, like
Yeah.
from a distance they kind of look the same. Like they're like the same height, same hair, wearing arguably the same outfit,
Hmm.
and yeah, it was just shocking like how useless they all were when you consider like it's basically like as like ideal of a team as you could hope for when being haunted by a mummy, and they really just get washed so fast.
Totally.
It's not like in The Thing where it's like, oh well, at least like it's like some of the hardest motherfuckers out like that this like part of the world can like host, and like we're fighting it together. It's like no, it's like seemingly tough guys that will crumble like a house of cards.
Mhm. Yeah, it's cool. Like I kind of like that like slasher element to it. Like it kind of like was the piece that brought the horror a little bit to it because it's based on like an original horror property. Like it's very fun, like adventure-y most of the time, but like there are some like spooky scenes that were well done, and a lot of it were centered around like killing those guys.
Nah,
So I
the killing
appreciate
those
that.
guys. Yeah, I mean that was a fun part of the thing for me of the movie.
They're also like
The
there's also
hunt.
just like a laissez-faire attitude towards death in general. Like
Oh yeah.
a lot like I know that's probably like a trope of like these kinds of movies, but I just was like noting like I don't think I would be just kind of like chilling and laughing and making jokes around the fire if somebody who I traveled with for multiple days was just like mysteriously murdered in the tomb, you know, like
Hmm.
when you know like the prison warden gets killed and one of the other people or like the multiple diggers got killed that day and they're just like having some drinks around the fire, everybody, you know.
Well, you just aren't built for that life, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Obviously not, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe you are.
I absolutely am, Joe. We pour one out, and we go back to our merry singing.
I don't think
No,
anyone
yeah,
sang.
they. I mean, I assume like in like one of the like cut scenes, cut for time.
Fair.
Yeah, they're probably doing a couple of ballads.
I like ballads.
Shot to the heart. They're big Bon Jovi guys.
Classic.
Nineteen
Bon Jovi was huge in the 20s.
25 Jovi, dude. Did you ever catch you? Did you ever go to MSG in 1925? Catch Jovi? I think I'm
uh,
the only person that calls him that for short. That's how that felt off.
yeah, a little off, but it works
Did
works for the bit you're doing.
you hear the new Jovi?
You're going too far with it now.
Am I nutmegging it now? Am I
You're not.
milking it?
Okay.
Oh
I
man.
don't know how I felt about that. Okay.
Ugh.
Anyway, what do you think? On that note, what do you think of the Magi?
Uh, that's like asking like what I thought of like the set dressing. Like it was good, well decorated. Didn't have much to do. Yeah, I don't know. They just felt like very like expository characters. Like
Hmm.
every once in a while, like something that like Rachel Weisz probably already knew, they would give her them to say, and they'd be
Yeah.
like, "You fool! I can't believe you read from the Book of the Damned." Which like fair, you know, if you can read enough of it to know that it's the Book of the Damned, stop reading it. Stop looking for a key. If it's locked, keep it locked. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I very much am like in the same camp as you of like it felt like a a smarter and like more thoughtful team would have like done something with the Magi, maybe even like given them more actually heroic moments. But
Hmm.
like all they did was just go like, what if they looked like they did 1,000 years ago, except now they're holding like heavy machine guns. Like
Yeah, and
it's the only difference.
they were also kind of disposable too. Like a bunch of them got murdered.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're all disposable. It's just and that's big action movies in general. I'm not gonna be
Right.
like, oh yeah, like these people should be like safe from that. But it just speaks to like, I don't know, when you ask me like what do I think of it, it's just like what did the movie think of them?
Not much. I
Yeah.
only bring it up just to, I mean, it's just kind of fun to. I think it was a cool idea on paper to include them. They were a real organization. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that. I learned about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a military, right?
They served as royal guards in Thebes and other important locations around Egypt, and eventually it says they ceased operations sometime after 1100 BCE. However, it's unknown if they stopped functioning altogether or merely adopted a new name. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. They're
Yeah,
just sounds like cops.
sounds like cops. Yeah, probably.
Sounds like Egypt cops.
Yeah, but I did enjoy Oded Fair. I think he was great. He was. I mean, he's the one who got stuff to do, of course.
Of
Very,
course, yeah.
very handsome.
Yeah, he's like the spokesman of the indigenous contingent.
Yeah, kind of. And he was great. I heard that he was supposed to like die in that scene where he like runs and starts fighting all the mummies, but they kept him alive because they thought he was kind of like it would have been unfortunate to kill off like
Oh,
that
you mean when
character.
he does his little like
Yeah.
daredevil hallway fight scene?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad he didn't die. He's in the second one too.
Dude, these mummies like are so just it looks fun to fight them.
Totally.
like like The amount of like glee in Brendan Fraser's eyes when he's swinging the sword around, it's just like, yeah, man, this is like, oh, that was it. It feels like what he's doing is like a cross between um Indiana Jones and Bruce Campbell's character from Evil Dead.
That's a really good way to put it. I actually
I feel like
now
there's
that
like something there, like
now
in
that
that
now that
like
you yeah, now that you say that, like I remember like thinking specifically there were some scenes that did feel very Evil Dead. Like, do you remember the part where Brendan Fraser's getting like held down by like a mummy who's like only half there, and then
yeah,
the hand is crawling through the
exactly.
sword?
That's when it occurred to me.
Yeah, that
I was
was
like, this
super
is
Evil
Evil
Dead.
Dead as hell. And then it clicked, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's like half Ash, half indie.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
Um,
Which, again, like, that's like perfect for Brendan Fraser.
yeah,
Like he really like fits perfectly in like that intersection.
yeah, he did. He was great. He rocks.
hmm
Uh huh.
I think it's because he's got like a strong jawed, but like nothing behind the eyes kind of a effect as a character. Like I'm sure Brendan Fraser is actually like an intelligent person. I've seen him like do interviews and stuff, but he is just really good at like selling you at like the just, hey man, I'm just taking it one step at a time. Like
Yeah.
what are we doing today? Fighting a mummy? Cool. Like
Yeah, he's good at that role.
yeah.
Any other thoughts about the movie before we get into monster stuff?
Um are the sequels worth watching?
So, great question. So I watched The Mummy Returns, and I remember enjoying it. I don't know if it's a really well regarded. It's an early role for Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Do you know that?
Yeah, that's where the ironically the CGI gets awful, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like he's like a full on like CGI like centaur scorpion basically. Like
Yeah.
he's half scorpion, he's the Scorpion King. But like they didn't know how to do CGI faces. Like it came out in 2001, so like it just looks like a video game. You
Looks
know?
like shit, I
Yeah,
remember.
it's rough. Like there's some not like for as good as this was, like that one was rough. And there, I mean, it's of course like much more of the same, like more fun, like mummy stuff. Like every main cast member is back, which is really fun. It's Stephen Sommers again, so like it's all the same team doing it again. It's not as good, but I thought it's worth a watch if you like this. I did not see the third one, which was Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, I think it was called, where they basically do like mummies in ancient China this time.
So is the second one called The Scorpion King?
Second one's just called The Mummy Returns.
And that
Um,
has the Scorpion King.
that has the Scorpion King, and from that there was a spin-off of Scorpion King films. One that
Yeah.
The Rock did himself, which is just entirely based in ancient Egypt, and then like four others with different actors playing the same role.
Oh.
But then, yeah, so in the actual franchise, the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor has Jet Li as the main mummy villain, and also Michelle Yeoh is in it. So it's got a good cast, but I never saw that one.
Are there mummies in Asia?
There are, I think, or not.
What
I don't know if I want to say
qualifies as a
mummy. I
mummy?
don't want to say mummy, but like, I guess it's supposed to be just like
Just
ancient,
tombs?
yeah, tombs and stuff. And like, I think
Yeah.
there were even pyramids, of course. But like, in the third one, Rachel Weisz didn't come back, and they have another actor playing that role.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think she chose to pass on it.
Can't say I blame her. I mean, it was
Yeah,
probably one of those things where like all the dudes were getting like crazy pay bumps and they were just like, come on, Rachel.
probably.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but yeah, so I can't speak to the third one, but I thought the second one was fun.
Okay. All right. Well, I may or may not remember to watch it.
Yeah, maybe we'll cover it for the podcast someday.
Then I'll definitely watch it.
Sure.
Cool. Well, I
Yeah.
think those are all my thoughts on it.
All right. Shall we monster?
Let's monster.
All right. So the main monster we're talking about, Imhotep the Mummy. So in actual history, there was actually a person by the name of Imhotep who lived in the third dynasty. He was a chief architect. The name Anaxunamun comes from a similar kind of name. It's like kind of taken and like maneuvered a little bit, but it was based on a name of somebody who was the wife of King Tut, actually. So
Hmm.
those are some real like Egyptian character names. In the movie, we see Imhotep receive like the highest form of punishment. They call it the Hamdai, with his followers wrapped, mummified alive, and he has like his tied up, cut off his tongue, and then his wrapped body goes into a coffin, and they toss the scarab beetles into it. So this procedure, of course, is fiction. However, there are texts from the era that reveal to us many instances of kind of a capital punishment, not too dissimilar for people who were not meant to make it to the afterlife. Like a lot of stuff by burning or decapitation. So it's not too out of the realm of like somewhat realism. They did actually hire an Egyptologist to work on some of the mythologies that they created, so they didn't seem too like dumb and out there. So they kind of like wanted to make it feel like somewhat Egyptian, which is kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Anyway, on to the like special effects element. There's about $15 million of the budget was spent on special effects alone. Hundreds of shots that required optical and digital special effects in post production. ILM contributed a bunch of shots. Another house called Cinesite, which we talked about, and a couple others helped make some other like effects shots. The goal with the mummy himself was to try to create like a photorealistic corpse that was obviously not a man in a suit, not an animatronic, but feels alive. So they were trying to do um, kind of their own unique take on a monster, essentially. The designers did about like they you could kind of parse it out watching the movie, but there's 4 distinct stages for the mummy. Stage 1 was the mummy as it's just decayed when you first see it with the tattered bits of clothing and skin. Stage 2 is when it has like a little bit of regenerated skin, and stages 3 and 4 are basically when the mummy is mostly fully regenerated with just small areas like showing through. The initial stages of those first 2 were created entirely by computer, but the later 2 combine like a live action performance. So they have prosthetics and makeup on set. They also use like LED lights and pieces of tape on like Arnold, how do you say it?
Vosloo?
Vosloo's face as tracking points for these digital cutouts that would be like where the CGI would go in. He talked about how he felt when he was walking around set. He felt like a Christmas tree with all the lights. So, but the final creature ultimately was created with this combination of this live action and prosthetics and the digital imagery. They did create a digital representation of the mummy with simulated muscles and much of the body attached to the skeleton. But they use like procedural animation to like do much of the work. So this was ultimately all layered on top of some motion capture, which was done to kind of make the movements feel a little more real. And the actor Vuzlu, why am I saying it wrong? Why did I say it? Did I say it right?
Vosloo? I don't
Why
know.
do I
I'm
say, why do
guessing
I say
too.
Vuzlu? Vosloo actually did all the motion capture himself rather than use a stunt performer. So that was kind of cool, I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I really liked that it felt like a corpse and not a guy in a suit.
yeah. I thought the effects were really, really solid. Like, I think they like mostly hold up.
I was gonna ask you, how did it like compare to when you were a kid? Like, was it like when you were a kid, you were like, "Holy shit, that's a mummy"?
Probably, yeah. I thought it was super cool. Like, I mean, I think you can tell, like, watching it, like, yeah, that's CGI, but like, it's also like just the level of detail and like the style of the movements that are happening. I'm like, this is really well done. Like, I kind of think about that final sequence too, where like Brendan Fraser's fighting all the like the mummy
Mm-hmm.
priests, right? Like he's fighting like nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like it's really like well done. Like it's a preview for like we've talked about this in the pod before, how like a lot of action movies now, like Marvel movies and stuff like that, or superhero movies are just
I
like
mean, Pirates of the
characters.
Caribbean,
Oh yeah,
like
they're
that's
just like
all I could think
fighting.
of.
They're fighting nothing, and they act. It's like all on the actor to kind of like make that work. And like Brendan Fraser, like really had a good time with it. So it's really like he rocked it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but then also like the VFX team comes in and like makes it work. Like I think about like the moment where he like stabs a mummy like behind him and then hits another
Yeah.
one in front of him. Like that's really fun. Like again, like all that choreography doing that, and like he like hits one of the heads with, like a baseball bat. Like also very Evil Dead like there too.
No,
Yeah.
agreed.
There, I will say that some of the mummies that come to Imhotep's defense at the end um, were actually done with prosthetics and animatronics in the film. So, like I think like the one that was like the hand at one point might have been an animatronic, or like the one that was half there was like an animatronic. Like they had a few like physical props that were in set, and some of and when they're marching, sometimes they were like actual like people in makeup. And I think when they come out of the ground initially, it's people also. So like they had um some practical makeup and effects there on camera too.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's actually a really kind of a fun combination of lots of different effect styles to really make this work. And I kind of feel like I love the adventure and the story and the characters are fun, but like the effects and like just the interesting like creativity and like that they put in with that like really kind of sells it all, you know?
No, the creativity, like just usually like action heavy third acts can be kind of like a slog because
Hmm.
like it's so like VFX heavy, but like this wasn't a slog because the VFX was like so expertly executed.
Yeah,
And yeah, like it really just comes down to like even when it's like very clearly like just like little like zeros and ones on the screen, like when he's like swinging away, I feel like he's like interacting with the environment actually.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, that's like a combination of lots of different efforts to like really make that work. Like we've seen it done poorly
Yeah.
and it takes effort.
I also liked the effects for Anaxunamun.
Oh yeah, that felt practical, I thought.
Yeah, like it was like terrifying when like she like
Yeah.
comes back to life next to Rachel Weisz's character.
Yeah, that was
Which
really
what's her
good.
name? Evelyn? I don't know why I don't just say Evelyn.
Evelyn, yeah. Evelyn, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. That was really scary. And like I thought that like that general like that final fight scene was really fun with all the different pieces moving together. Like we talk about Brendan Fraser's fight, but there was also like Evelyn fighting Inoxina Moon was fun. But then they had like the brother like having to try to figure out the hieroglyphs to try to turn the mummies against him. Like all of that, like all those pieces, like maneuvering throughout it were really fun.
Oh, I also forgot to mention this in the just discussing the movie portion of it.
Yeah.
So Evelyn and Jonathan are half Egyptian,
Right.
according
Oh,
to the movie. And I'm just
yes.
like, you couldn't have picked a more British pair to try and say are like half Egyptian.
I totally forgot about that. That's true.
Like, could have fooled me.
God. Uh,
You took entirely after your father then.
yeah, that was a wild reveal that was really glossed over too.
They had to gloss over it, like to just sit there and like look you in the eye and expect you to go, yeah, those are half Egyptian siblings.
Yeah, yeah, that tracks.
You should know, Joe. You're also half Egyptian.
Oh yeah, not a lot of people know that about me, Khalid.
Which, like, how could they not? Just looking at
Yeah.
you. Oh man.
For the record, Khalid's doing a bit. Don't call me out.
Joe is not actually half Egyptian. It's only like a quarter.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, but yeah, I just I wanted to give a shout out to Anaxunamun's mummy because like the effects on that, it's pretty much the same thing, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they must have used like an actual like actor or actress for a lot of hers compared to what they did for him because they don't try to do the whole like morphing back into a person with her.
Yeah.
So when she's like chasing after Rachel Weisz and stuff like that, it was like pretty intense.
Right. Yeah. Um. Speaking of things that chase other things, Khalid,
Is that's the route you're gonna take?
bears sometimes chase other things, Khalid.
Oh, are we doing another Four
Oh,
Bears?
yeah, I'm gonna throw it at you here and there. Four bears test, Khalid. Tell the audience what the four bears test is.
It's basically what it sounds like.
Is it?
Well,
Is it
basically.
basically?
And I will not elaborate any further. No, it's what happens if you replace the monster that we're talking about with four bears? Does the movie stay the same? Does it change? Dumb question, but I'll ask it. For this one, well, if the bears are magic, that kind of opens things up.
Of course, if the bears are magic, it works, Khalid.
Yeah, but like, how else would it work, Joe? Like they'd be dead by the time the movie starts otherwise. Like the whole movie starts with like the monster getting like killed and entombed for like centuries. So what do you want me to do? Like either they're magic bears or that's just a no.
Okay, all right. So you're magic bears, Khalid.
They're
What are they
magic
doing?
immortal. Because, like, you got to think, like, he was a regular guy and then they made him magic. So the idea would be like, these were 4 regular bears and their punishment was to become like immortal mummy bears.
Yeah.
So in that case, honestly, yeah, it's more or less the same movie. If it, what does it matter if it's one dude or 4 bears? Like the motivation isn't even entirely clear to them until the end. So like whatever these bears would want would also be like relatively unclear, right?
Mhm.
So if you're just talking about like these, like, it's kind of like The Descent, where it's like I'm watching a bunch of people do something I would never do, which is like go to like another country and like just willingly like go through a tomb full of booby traps to maybe get like treasure that isn't even mine. Um, like there's just like a lot of things that I wouldn't do to get in their position, but like it actually really adds to this 4 bears test because like they would still be doing all of that stuff whether or not it was bears. They wouldn't know it was bears, but even if they did, like that's just what they do. So they would go to those lengths and then in turn react to like the magic bears like attacking them. Like all of that would stay the same. You know, does that make sense?
Yep.
And then yeah, like if the bears have the same set of powers as Imhotep, then they're probably just going to do a lot of the same shit. Um, I think the only difference is it would be really, really hard to believe that Brendan Fraser would survive as long as he did.
Right. Okay. So the bears would fare better.
Yeah, I think so. I think he just like nothing about how he fought suggests that he could take 4 magical bears at once.
Yeah.
He's
Fair.
very much a shoot first, ask questions later kind of guy, and like I just feel like bears would get annoyed with him a lot quicker.
Hmm. Yeah. Maybe he was
Um,
pulling his punches because it was a humanoid.
right? Yeah, he's like, oh, if you were 4 bears, this would be over. um,
So okay, slightly off topic, but I want we did a conversation about the sequels and the spin-offs Scorpion Kings. Did you also know that there was a Mummy animated TV series that spun off
I
of this
did
too?
actually know that, and I
Yeah,
do remember watching that.
that's funny.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was yeah. I remember because like they would like the cartoon was like way more magi heavy, right?
So it was called the Mummy the Animated Series. In season 2, it was renamed The Mummy: Secrets of the Magi.
I thought that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was only 2 seasons at last. I'm on the Wikipedia page right now, but
Mm.
I think it came out before The Mummy Returns came out, so it's like technically an alternate history, I guess, if you want to go by canon. I don't know, but
Oh, I thought it was like just like it takes place after the kid in the sequel is born.
I don't know. I guess you could say that, yeah.
Who cares? They're very different characters.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
There's some famous people in this show, though. It looks like some famous voice actors: Jim
Yeah.
Cummings, John DiMaggio, Renee Auberjonois. Wow, some good names here. I gotta watch
Mm.
this. Cool.
Did you not watch it back in the day?
I don't think I watched that one. I've watched a lot of weird, like, animated spin. Like, I watched the Men in Black show, the Ghostbusters cartoon shows, like all those ones. Like, same look and feel, but I didn't watch this one. Jackie Chan
I can't
Adventures.
vouch. I can't vouch for if it's actually good or not. But when I was a kid, I like ate it up.
Yeah.
Which is weird again, because like you would think it would be like the live action movie that I would have loved.
Right. Oh. Anyway, speaking of eating things up, Khalid, would you uh, fight or flirt with the mummy?
Joe,
What?
thanks for asking. Fight
It
or
was there.
flirt. If this is your first time listening, it's basically what it sounds like.
Is
Actually,
is it what it sounds like?
this one actually is what it sounds like.
Okay.
It's would you fight with the monster or would you flirt with him? I really had to think long and hard about this one. Because the thing about it is, one, Brendan Fraser makes fighting the mummy and his like people look really fun. Whereas like a lot of the times we watch these movies and I'm just like, I don't want to fight that guy. But like with this, like yeah, if I've got like Brendan Fraser's like set of skills and like plot armor, that sounds kind of fun, you know? Cause like they're slow when Oded Fair is like whipping their ass in the tiny little. Because that was the thing is like, as soon as he started fighting them in the hallway, I was like, oh yeah, like you guys are in a tomb. Why don't you just like get them bottlenecked into like the like narrowest of corners and just start like skewering them? They're slow as shit. So like I was already like before I thought of the fight or flirt, I was already like strategizing. But it's not just about like how hard it would be to fight the monster. It's also about like the monster and their wants and needs, and can I like get on that level? And in Imhotep's case, I think I can. You know what I mean? Like he's just a lover boy. You know, at the very end of it all, like he's just trying to get back to his girl Friday. They were unfortunate enough to be like in a circumstance where like his best friend, the emperor, is dating the girl of his dreams. You know, like it's a rom com waiting to happen. It just happened in the wrong era with the wrong set of people. And so I think that I can empathize enough with that and like the idea of him being a romantic that like he would be so appreciative of like my like sympathetic views that he would ask me to join him and Anuk Sunamun in a thruple situation.
Hmm.
And so I think that's how I find my way to like flirting with him and eventually on Next Sun and Moon. Cause like, again, like Rachel Weisz can go, you know, she's not doing much for me. Do the old transfer. She's chilling in this like reanimated corpse. Cool. It's just me and two superpowered mummies just making the best of a weird situation in 1925 Egypt. So my final answer is flirt.
There you have it. That was a good answer.
Thank you. Thank you. What about you?
I mean, this is your thing, Khalid, but I don't feel like I can really disagree with you too much. I feel like I was kind of trying to think in my head like things that I thought you might say, and you kind of went in the same direction that my mind would have went on this one.
So you're calling me basic?
I'm calling. I think it's kind of a similar situation in how like you can now answer my puns.
Oh, it's like a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing.
It's like that, yeah.
We've been
Exactly.
trapped together for so long that we're thinking alike.
It's exactly that, Khalid. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my answer. I would flirt.
I like that. Yeah. That was fun. All right, this is a good movie.
Is that all it took?
Yep.
Agreed though. It was a good movie.
Yeah, this is a fun one. We should move on to our final segment of the show, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I guess.
Our what the fandom segment. In which we each share one or two things that we're kind of into at the moment that we might be watching, reading, listening to, what have you, that may or may not have anything to do with mummies or monsters. So, Khalid, what the fandom with you?
Thanks for asking, Joe. My what the fandom this week is going to be the, the Kendrick Lamar Drake rap beef. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it or hearing anything about it, but just by sheer output of like Kendrick Lamar bangers that like this has produced, like I am all for it. I don't want to like belabor you with like the mythology behind it all. Long story short, dude from Compton really hates a dude from Toronto and made a bunch of songs like making fun of him and his friends. And the dude from Compton just happens to be one of the most gifted musicians of our lifetime, and they are just certified bops. When I tell you like he has created like the song of the summer for me, and then he made 3 other songs for funsies, and like I spend all week just like randomly like shouting lyrics from one of the songs, you know, it'll just be like, what is it, the braids? And it's just like, and like the thing about Kendrick is like he is such a performative person when it comes to his vocals. Like it really, like he's like if Lin Manuel Miranda was like not annoying, where it's like very like theater kitty, like just like range, you know. And
Mhm.
so when he's saying these things and like making fun of them, it's just like he's got this part where he's like, what, fuck him up, you know. It's just like it's it's just like these things of like, yes, I didn't know that's what I needed until you did that. But like it really like it stimulates like the pleasure center of my brain in a way that like I feel like when I was like 13 it happened way more often, and like music was just novel in general, so everything was like fun and exciting and like gave me like life and breath and joie de vie, and now it's just like the occasional Kendrick diss track does that. So yeah, that's yeah. If I'm keeping it 100, that is the only thing I've been a fan of for like the last 2 weeks. It has been a feast for fans of picking on Canadians.
Wow.
Don't disrespect to our Canadian fans and Friendensteins such as Joel. It's all in jest. I don't actually have beef with Canadians, just Drake.
Now you
But
don't. Now you do.
yeah, I got all the smoke now. I got all the Canadian smoke. But yeah, that's my what the fandom this week. What about you, Joe? What the fandom with you?
Thanks for asking, Cleed. For those of you more curious, I put a link to an article explaining the relationship between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So if you want to read more about it, check the show notes.
You're such a dad. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Cleed. My what the fandom this week. I haven't been consuming a whole lot of new media. Again, very busy. But one thing I've been kind of throwing on in the background while I'm doing some work or doing something else has been this animated show that's relatively new on Prime called The Second Best Hospital in the Galaxy. Have you heard of this one, Cleed?
No.
It's got a really solid cast. So basically, it's like an adult animated sci-fi comedy on Prime. It's about two intergalactic surgeons slash best friends as they kind of like treat weird sci-fi sort of illnesses and aliens in different kinds of like episodic scenarios with each episode, but also deal with their own like personal melodrama and like a lot of anxiety issues that they have too. So there's like mental health elements to it, but it has this kind of a banger cast like Stephanie Shu, Natasha Lyonne, Kiki Palmer, Maya Rudolph, Kieran Culkin, like to name a few. Like it's got a good cast.
Dang.
Yeah, it's I haven't watched all of them. It's like I think it's only 8 episodes. I don't even know if it's got a whole lot of acclaim, but it's really fun, like colorful, weird sci-fi show. If you like kind of just like goofy space stuff, like it's that. I think the first episode or two took me a little bit to get into, but as it's going, like kind of the ideas and when they get a little bit more serious with the characters, like it's really fun and it's very like, it can be very sweet at times. It could be very ridiculous at times and just funny, right? Like it's supposed to be. So it's for me, it's a good background show. If depending on how it goes further, maybe I'll rewatch it and give it a closer look. But I really enjoyed it, so that's my recommendation for the week.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Joe.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. Check it out.
Yeah. I actually might. That's a really stacked cast. You were not kidding.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Khalid, before we close out though, I wanted to do just a little bit of housekeeping. A couple things we got to do for the loyal Friendensteins out there. We have a new patron. Just wanted to give a shout out. The name is 90s Edgelord, a friend of ours who's been listening to the pod. Thank you so much for becoming a patron at the $3 level. He's earned a shout out. And while we're at it, I'm going to plug our Patreon here. So this is a labor of love, and we enjoy putting out quality content for all of you, our listeners. But we do have a Patreon where you can show the support for our show. What this will do is just kind of help us update our equipment, have access to the best recording and editing programs, and best of all, being a patron gives you exclusive access to our Frankenbits,
Franken Bits.
which are new episodes where we converse about other topics beyond monsters and creature feature content. You can become an official Friendenstein. Sorry, you got me messed up, Khalid. You can become a patron for $1, and you'll get a $1 a month. You get a shout out. For $3 a month, you get access for those extra. You get access to those extra Franken bits. If you want to follow along with us in other ways, you can check out our Instagram page at Franken Podcast. We have a decent showing there. We'll update on episodes and other content. So that's how you can reach out to us. We'd love to interact with y'all.
Please come be a patron.
Yeah.
Good job, Joe. That was great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that and for another awesome discussion. The Mummy rips. Everybody should watch it. That's coming from your boy. You can trust me. 1999 The Mummy. That's worth the watch. But yeah, thank you all at home for listening as well. And until next time, creep it easy.